Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I'm Rick. We're getting into SABATON Night Witches again. This time it's the longer animated story. You mentioned I should do this one because you would like to see me react to this one, and I appreciate that. I'm way late on it, so I apologize. Let's get into it right now. Like and subscribe. Here we go.
The Germans are resting behind the lines of the Eastern Front, their tents in neat rows. All is in order in the quiet and still of the night. It's cold, and the winter snow crunches under the jackboot of a guard. Looking up into the sky, the snow starts to drift down. It's peaceful here. Was that a noise from the sky? No, it's just the wind. Suddenly, piercing the still of the night, there's an otherworldly scream and a whoosh as a dark form speeds by. And was that a woman's laughter in the distance? There are no engine sounds, and the suddenly fearful German soldier loses his footing and whispers under his breath, "Die Nachthexen." The world is all at once a bloom of fire and ash, and two more dark forms pass without a sound. Hearing the whooping and celebration of these supernatural creatures, the guard shakes himself from his fear and calls out, "Die Nachthexen! Die Nachthexen! The Night Witches!" In the sky above, three planes of the soon-to-be-famous 588th Night Bomber Regiment, their engines now running, turn east for home. Time to rearm and refuel for another mission. Coming into land, they're greeted by their Commissar, Yevdokia Rashkevich. The young girls that form the pilots and navigators are between the ages of 17 and 26. They are desperate to take the fight to the Germans and have traveled from all over Russia to join the all-women regiments. The 588th is where the least skilled of all the women are placed, but that didn't stop them from carving their name in history. In the early days, they were largely ridiculed by the Soviet men. Given men's uniforms that were too big and shoes all of the same size, the women did the best they could with the clothes, making them fit with belts or filling the large men's shoes with stuffing. The equipment they were given was woefully out of date. The Polikarpov PO2 was a two-man trainer, underpowered and made of cloth and wood. These old string bags were nicknamed crop dusters, or even worse, sewing machines due to the noise their tiny engines made. But the women of the 588th ignored the taunts, and despite the odds, turned the plane's shortcomings to their advantage. The planes at maximum speeds were far below the stall speeds of any of the German fighters. Giving them a tight turning circle, they were almost impossible to hit. They were susceptible to small arms fire and anti-aircraft guns, so their strategy was to attack in threes, with a navigator in each plane. At her signal, the pilot would cut the engines and swoop in slowly, silently, dropping their bombs, dealing death from above. Unexpected, undetected, stealth perfected. If necessary, the other two would draw fire from the fighters or from the ground. They slept during the day and rose at dusk to take their vengeance on the invaders. This unnatural bravery and their stealth tactics earned them their title, the Night Witches. The German ace Johannes Steinhoff said, "We simply couldn't grasp that the Soviet airmen that caused us the greatest trouble were in fact women. These women feared nothing."
It's a great intro, by the way. I love it. Making fun of him, that's they at least got theirs.
Some with them below, they're looking for the foe.
it's been a while since I did the first one, and I forgot how catchy this tune is. It's got that. It's infectious in a certain way.
Deviation, undetected, step perfected. Force on losing ground, retreat into the sound. Deadness in the air. Suddenly appears, confirming on the fist. Strike from which is there. Target bound from around, arrow sound from the battleground. Saving high. Lodging awaits, defeat them at the gates. Live to fight and fly. Canvas, wings of death, prepare to meet your fate. Night Bomber Regiment 388. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell the story. Deviation, deviation, undetected, step perfected.
This is such a badass story too. The fact that they make do with what they're given, and then they become these nuisance to at night to go ahead and like further their cause. It's just a cool story. I like things like that.
As they appear on the horizon, the wind will whisper when the night witches come. Undetected, unexpected, wings of glory, tell the story. Deviation, deviation, undetected, step perfected. From the depths of Ellie's islands, cast the spells, explosive violence, crush a night and fight perfected. Flawless vision, undetected.
32 women, both pilots and navigators, never came home. The 588th became highly decorated and respected, flying more than 23,000 sorties, dropping over 3,000 tons of bombs. 23 night witches were awarded the Hero of the Soviet Union, although they were disbanded just 6 months after the war and not allowed to fly in the victory parade, given their planes were so slow. From 1956, after she retired from active service, their commissar Yevdokia Rashkevich took it upon herself to find the site of every single one of her girls that was downed, to mark the place and to pay her respects to each one of the incredibly brave night witches.
So good. That was a good video. This is why I like SABATON and what they do musically and educationally. So it's just neat to learn about things that would probably not come your way, speaking for myself, had I not started the channel like this or started the channel like this, because I get a recommendation to do SABATON. I start learning about their History Channel, who they are, and what they represent. And now I'm becoming more enlightened to things. And I get that through a lot of musical requests and stuff like that. But that's what I like about them too. They not only their music, but they have a channel that addresses a lot of this stuff too, to enlighten people, teach them, what the history is, as we should know it. So, at least in my opinion. I hope you guys liked it. I'm sorry I didn't do this the first time around. Better late than never, I would say. But loved it. Hope you guys love it too. Peace to everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.